Welcome, dear thrill seekers and the curious, to the realm where the ordinary meets the eerie. Gather around as we tell you this next creepy tale. In the tranquil backdrop of St. Petersburg, Florida, the serene facade of daily life belied the unspeakable horrors that unfolded on June 12, 2012. On that fateful day, Danielle Harkins, a seemingly unremarkable literacy teacher, was arrested for a crime so heinous, so surreal, that it defied comprehension. Her transgressions would thrust her into the annals of history as the Florida teacher who coerced her students into participating in nightmarish demonic rituals, involving fire and self-mutilation. This macabre tale of teacher-student abuse, cloaked in a chilling tapestry of the occult, was the kind of insanity that momentarily grips a nation's attention before the relentless news cycle moves on. However, Danielle Harkins's crimes were far from ordinary. They were grotesque acts committed by a trusted educator upon her pupils, leaving an indelible mark on their lives. At the heart of this dark narrative lay Harkins, a literacy teacher responsible for molding the minds of a group of Florida teenagers. On June 9, 2012, she led 7 vulnerable adolescents down a path of madness, asserting that malevolent demons had taken root within their bodies. In her distorted worldview, the only means of liberation from these unseen tormentors was an unthinkable act, slicing open their own flesh and then searing the wounds shut. The motives behind her descent into this abhorrent occult realm remained a baffling enigma, but many believed it was catalyzed by her unraveling marriage, eventual divorce, and a bitter custody battle over her children. What transpired was a grotesque ordeal that would leave 2 students physically scarred and emotionally traumatized. As dusk descended upon June 9, 2012, Harkins ignited a small fire near the St. Petersburg Pier, the chosen setting for her ominous cleansing ritual. The 35-year-old literacy teacher, employed at the Lealman and Asian Neighborhood Family Center, was orchestrating a descent into madness for herself and her former students. To the uninitiated, it appeared like a sinister ceremony to exorcise the demons she insisted plagued her pupils. Chanting and dancing around the flickering flames, Harkins wielded a lighter, using its fiery breath to seal the wounds inflicted by her charges. The ritual descended into chaos, leaving one student with second-degree burns and another with a throat slashed by a jagged shard of broken glass. Yet, astonishingly, the loyalty of the students to their former teacher remained unwavering as they chose to maintain a deafening silence, shielding her from the consequences of her actions. The catalyst for this descent into madness was believed to be Harkins's turbulent divorce from her husband, George. Their relationship had been marked by turmoil, exemplified by a prior domestic dispute that hinted at her inner struggles. In addition to her marital woes, Harkins had ventured into an enigmatic religion, eliciting concerns from those in her neighborhood. She confided in a neighbor, Lisa Cope, declaring herself free from demons, a cryptic revelation that offered a glimpse into her spiraling psyche. The most perplexing aspect of this nightmarish puzzle was the students' apparent compliance. Despite the blatant ritualistic abuse they endured, they chose to remain tight-lipped about their former teacher's actions. Only Stephen Canthalima, 17, offered a faint echo of their ordeal, stating with eerie brevity, "I'm fine. All I know is she's in custody." The silence of the other students left a void filled only by speculation, raising questions about the extent to which Harkins had manipulated and groomed them into submission. In the wake of the ritual, none of the students rushed to inform their parents or called the authorities. To their disturbed minds, what Mrs. Harkins had done appeared distressingly normal. The shocking incident only came to light when one student shared the harrowing experience with a friend through a chilling text message. Deeply alarmed by this revelation, the friend promptly alerted their parents, who, in turn, contacted the police. It was this crucial disclosure that halted Harkins's reign of abuse and prevented potential tragedy. Before her shocking descent into darkness, Danielle Harkins had been a seemingly ordinary person. She had served as a dedicated literacy teacher at a community center in St. Petersburg, Florida, and was a loving mother of 2 children, living what appeared to be an ideal life. Her colleagues lauded her intelligence and teaching prowess. However, beneath the facade of normalcy, a malevolent force had taken root, culminating in her inexplicable immersion in an unsettling religion and a harrowing transformation. Despite the horrific nature of her crimes, Harkins faced only 2 charges: child abuse and aggravated battery. She was briefly placed on leave from her teaching position and held on $55,000 bail. At the time of her arrest, authorities hoped that the students might reveal more about their experiences, suspecting that there was more to Harkins's disturbing activities than met the eye. Unfortunately, the students remained steadfastly silent, leading investigators to ponder the depth of her malevolence. In 2014, Harkins was released from prison on her own recognizance, leaving a disconcerting lack of closure. Following her release, Danielle Harkins seemingly vanished from the public eye, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. A local Fox affiliate ventured to her residence, but their knocks on her door were met with eerie silence. Harkins had retreated into obscurity, refusing to discuss the events that had driven her to orchestrate blood rituals on a desolate pier. Harkins's quest for religious cleansing, however twisted, reflected the struggles of countless individuals throughout history. Many who grappled with mental issues sought solace through exorcisms, rather than seeking professional help. J. Gordon Melton, the director of the Institute for the Study of American Religion, had noted a resurgence in beliefs related to possessions and exorcisms, stating, "There is a lot of exorcism going on." Harkins, plagued by a turbulent divorce and shadowed by domestic violence, sought solace in a disturbing ideology that led her to perceive demons in every corner of her life. For a brief week in June 2012, the nation was gripped by the story of a teacher leading her students through a nightmarish blood ritual. Concerns about the presence of a cult in the St. Petersburg school and the potential threat to children's safety loomed large. Harkins initially faced a felony charge that promised a lengthy sentence, but as swiftly as the story had emerged, it vanished from the headlines. Harkins found herself imprisoned, yet she seemed to have escaped the full weight of justice. There were no follow-ups in the press, leaving the public with lingering questions and the haunting possibility that Harkins's malevolence had only been glimpsed during one dark week in June. The chilling tale of Danielle Harkins served as a stark reminder of the fragility of the human psyche and the depths to which it can descend into darkness. As yet another creepy tale comes to an end, I want to extend my gratitude to all you brave souls who joined us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Until then, stay curious, stay cautious, and stay safe. Remember, the night may be dark, but there's always a tale waiting to be uncovered. Good night, and pleasant nightmares. Signing off from Creepy Tales and Curiosities.